Breaking overnight, Mexico makes history. Its largest ever election result, leftist Claudia Sheinbaum is the country's first female president. There was the scene of celebration in the Capitol last night. Sheinbaum is a climate scientist. She's a former mayor of Mexico City, as I said, the first woman to lead Mexico, the first Jewish person elected as president of that country. And she broke a record. She won nearly 60% of the vote. So let's bring you some additional coverage. Katarina Schultz is in the Mexico state of Jalisco today to cover the election for us. Good morning, Katarina. Tell us more about this landslide victory and the new president.
Good morning, Heather. Yeah, this was a landslide victory for Claudia Sheinbaum of the Morena party. And her victory was expected, but not to this extent. Her predecessor, the outgoing Andrés Manuel López Obrador, the current president, he endorsed her and supported her throughout her campaign trail, but also throughout her political career generally. And he had a lot of the support. It was actually quite surprising for many Mexican people and political experts when he was elected with such a majority in 2018. But now Claudia took it to the next level. And his endorsement, of course, helped, but also, her campaign trail. And this election in herself has been very historical, like you mentioned, for many reasons. Of course, on the good side, she's the first female president in Mexico, but also because of the very gruesome and crime-ridden campaign trail. And election day yesterday, we saw a lot of violence, and that's something that Claudia is hoping to tackle. She's going to have perhaps a super majority, which means that she can make congressional reform without the opposition's support. And speaking of the opposition, last night during preliminary polls, her front-runner opposition, Xochitl Gálvez, even gave her a call, congratulating her and conceding. And I think that speaks a lot to what the future of the political landscape in Mexico is going to look like, particularly when it comes to Sheinbaum's stance on security, which is what most Mexican voters were focused on when they headed to the polls yesterday. They want to see less organized crime. And Claudia is taking the same approach that her predecessor took. Abrazos no balazos, hugs not bullets. But yesterday she said in her announcement that she was going to take that a step further. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see what that means.
I'm wondering, in addition to tackling this issue of violence and crime, obviously of such importance in the country, what else are you expecting that she will address? What else are the expectations from a Sheinbaum presidency?
Well, look, a major reason why she gained such a majority from these voters is because people were really happy. The people who voted for her were really happy with AMLO as president, and they were happy with the social programs. They were happy with him increasing the minimum wage and implementing a more solid pension. This is something that she says she's going to continue to do. What I'd like to see is how she's going to address international relations, particularly on the drug trade and organized crime drugs between Mexico, the United States, and Canada, right? We're seeing a huge opioid epidemic throughout North America, now the blues on the streets, and it's going to be very interesting to see if Claudia takes a different approach than AMLO, which AMLO said that, this is a problem of family values in the United States and Canada. It has nothing to do with Mexico or the cartels. And he really prided himself on that, saying that, crime is down and it's not us here in Mexico. It's over there. I'm curious to see if Claudia is going to take that same approach. Right now, she is pretty stern that she's going to follow a lot of AMLO's policies, but I think that there will be ways in which she differs and sort of creates her own path.
Katarina, thank you so very much, reporting live on the Mexican election result this morning.